John Beltran, Dave York back from Winter Field in Strasburg where the Bee Diggers lead the Indians 21-14. We'll head to the third quarter momentarily. If Brush wins this game for the first time this season, they would be over 500. This is a team that began the season 0-4. And I don't know if you remember this, Dave, but after they lost to Platte Valley, 0-4 was the record. And the first thing that Coach Drite said was, we're going to the playoffs. He knew back then.
He did. And I remember you predicted it. You said this could be one of the most dangerous teams in 2A football because they're going to go on a big run here after they put everything together after a tough start because of all the injuries.
If they could just get even a little bit healthier. Joe Rosenbrock's been out for a good portion of the season. Skylar Seawald played the first game, and they're both getting healthier. But the question is, will they be healthy enough to play late in the season or the first playoff game, and how football ready will they be? Because you can practice all you want, but to actually play in game competition, I mean, that's another thing altogether, although those are two terrific players, head and shoulders above many others, not only on their own team, but on other teams as well.
Right. You know, there's so many pieces to the puzzle on any team, you know, whatever sport it is, and whenever you're missing a piece, you know, it can have a big effect on the entire team.
Strasburg to receive the second half kickoff.
I have to talk about the air. If everybody at home could just visualize, you know, it's one of those cold nights down here where, you know, it's not a fog, but it's like the steam that's coming off the ground just making it sort of cloudy out there. So it's not like, you know, the visibility is bad, but it's just, you know, it's just kind of a hazy cloud.
Let me tell you, that cloud is all over my toes because I'm feeling every ounce of it. If I sit, I'm scared I won't be able to stand up, so I'm just going to remain standing. All right, special teams. The Beat Diggers and Indians were both hurt by special teams because of outstanding field position, which led to short drives. And for the first time, Vector's going to kick from left to right from our vantage point. I don't know if that'll have an effect on the return with Matt Dunning and Tyler Tuttle back to receive. And they were standing at their own 10 to begin the game, now at their own 15. And every return's gone really past the 30, at least one all the way to the 50. So we begin the third quarter with Brush leading Strasburg 21-14. Fector holding the hand up high, eyeing the football. And the third quarter is underway. Fector with a high kick towards the sideline, and it's fielded by Tuttle at the 16, slips, gets to the 20, stutter steps, runs towards the outside, and he's down at the 21. The Beat Diggers outstanding on special teams. And that was Chris Lee making the tackle, so Strasburg only starting at around their own 21.
You know, Brush got four guys that are on that kickoff team that aren't on the defense. And boy, Chris was one of the guys that was really hustling down the field to make that big play. I saw Tanner Morrow was the first one down here on this side, and he took on one of those Strasburg blockers and kind of hit the ground, and that forced Tuttle to have to cut back and run into the pursuit of the Diggers. And boy, they had a lot of guys down there.
First and 10 for the Indians at their own 21-yard line, trailing 21-14. Under center is Dunning. He'll hand it off to Ross, running wide to the right, swinging it to the outside. He's got a couple of yards, maybe to the 23. He was chased down by Shea Hansen and Kyle Muir, as well as Connor Weiser.
So they're in that double wing sort of look where they have two wide receivers that are way out there. They didn't have two tight ends. And then they went ahead and handed the ball off to him. They tried to stretch it around like an end-around sort of play, but, boy, the Diggers did a good job of stretching it out there, and the corners flew up there like you were saying, Shea Hansen flew up there and made the tackle, just didn't allow much of a gain.
An official pickup of 1, second down and 9 from the 22-yard line, one setback, one receiver to the left, one to the right. Graham is in motion. Back to throw is Dunning. He wants to take off with the football. Does to the 25. He plows into a Bee Digger defender and is down at the 29, getting 7 yards. And it'll be a third down and 2 for Strasburg as Tyson Larrick and Shea Hansen there to make the play.
You know, Dunning's a big load, boy. You hate to see him take off running down the field. Strasburg put a guy in motion from right to left. And then a lot of the Diggers rotated over here to this side, and then they looked to pass back over to the right. So they kind of got us off on the wrong side of the field.
3rd and 2 from the 29-yard line. The Indians have the ball on their own side of the field. There's the counter to Lopez running to the right, first down across the 30 to the 32, picking up 3 yards before Hansen makes the play. And Strasburg continues to run the ball pretty effectively.
Yep, they're mixing things up and just keeping that defense a little bit off their heels, and Brush is having a hard time figuring out what their rhythm is, what's the method to their madness.
1st and 10 for the Indians at their own 32-yard line. We played 2 minutes of the third quarter. Brush leads 21-14. They're up to the line of scrimmage in the no-huddle offense. Dunning is under center. Ross in motion to the right. He gets the handoff running right, and he spins across the 35 to the 36 as Brandon Rutherford and Shea Hansen were around the football, and it's a gain of around 4. 2nd down, we'll call it 7, a gain of 3 for Jordan Ross.
Ross has had a tough night tonight. His first carry was for -2. His second carry got him back to even, and then that carry for 4. So 3 carries for 4 yards tonight against this stingy run defense.
For all of your auto supply needs, stop by Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. 2nd down and 7, just outside their own 35-yard line. This is the opening possession of the third quarter. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation for Dunning. Dunning hands it off on the left side to Graham. Stutter steps, stops, reverses his field. He gets a block. He runs towards the outside. C.J. Kukas drags him down across the 40 to around the 42-yard line. Oh, that was a presence of mind by Nick Graham to make something out of nothing, and he picks up 7 yards, and it's very close to a first down.
You know, there was diggers there to make that tackle. They were doing a pretty good job of following the play, like you would tell your guys to make sure they watch out for the reverse. And then right when Graham reversed his action, our guys turned around to follow him to make the tackle, but he luckily had one guy over there to make that block. So he blocked both the guys that were chasing him from behind.
1st and 10 for Strasburg at their own 42-yard line. Shotgun once again for Dunning. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. 1 setback awaiting the snap. And Dunning with a long count. 3-step drop. Throws out to his right. The pass is complete underneath. Breaking out of it tackles Graham along the far sideline to around the 50-yard line, maybe to the 49. And it's a pickup of 8 yards as Kyle Hefner made the tackle. It'll be 2nd down, and we'll call it a long one. It's just inside the 50 on the Beat Digger side of the 50. Right now, Strasburg is looking good against this Beat Digger defense, which really looks like they're preparing for 3 different offenses, all with the same personnel. On 2nd down, and a long one from the Beat Digger 49. Dunning to hand it off on the left side to Lopez. A first down to the 45, down the sideline of the 40, cuts it back to the inside. He spins to the 35, gaining 14 as Brandon Rutherford makes the tackle. And Strasburg is taking the ball right down the field on a drive that began at their own 21. That's their 3rd first down of the drive.
Well, everything was just wide open for him, and Lopez showed a lot of speed as he ran over here. Good thing Rutherford made that sure tackle there as he wrapped him up right around his numbers.
1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Dunning in a shotgun, calling out play instructions, awaiting the snap. And there was movement, and the flag is down. Did the Beat Diggers move first? If they did, that'll set up a 1st and 5 at the 30. I didn't see an Indian move. I saw a Beat Digger move, and I think it's going to be offsides against Brush. And it is 1st and 5 at the 30. And the Beat Diggers right now with all types of struggles on defense.
Dunning is doing a good job of mixing things up and calling the plays differently. You can see him out there. He's having some audibles out there, and he's changing some plays up, and he's really a good captain for that Strasburg offense.
1st and 5 from the Beat Digger 30-yard line. Dunning under center will pitch it right to Lopez. Swings it to the outside. First down to the 25, and he's down. Shea Hansen makes the tackle, and Shea Hansen is not going to get up. It looks like he is still rolling around in some slight pain at around the 25. He does get up. It's a gain of 6 for Julian Lopez, and Strasburg's 4th first down of the drive.
That time they had that quick pitch out there to the right side. Brush is in that 4-4 defense where their defensive ends are down in their stance across from the outside guy of Strasburg, and our defensive end just wasn't able to get to his containment responsibility that time because their guy was able to stay right in front of him.
From the shotgun at the 24-yard line on first down, the end around, and running left is Jordan Ross, swinging it to the far side. He's dragged down by Dylan French for a huge loss, and there is a flag down at around the 23-yard line. It's going to be a loss of around 6. They're spotting him at the 30, even though he was brought down around the 35, but he did have forward progress. Well, this is going to be a huge flag.
French just grabbed him with one hand and spun him around 2 or 3 times before he tried to throw him on the ground.
Holding against Brush. So that nullifies a 6-yard loss. And now the Bead Diggers are in deeper trouble. And Randy Dreitz wants an explanation as to what happened there.
You just don't see a hold against the defense a lot of times when it's not a passing play.
Yeah, it's very rare. Extremely rare. Now they're trying to figure out where they mark it from. I would think from the line of scrimmage because it's against the defense. 6:59 to go in the third quarter, and Brush leads 21-14. They're going to mark it off from the end of the play. Looks like they're marking it off from the end of the play, which, I don't know, that doesn't make too much sense. Unless it was back there, but I don't know. Anyway, it's at the 20. So now it's a 1st and 6. 1st and 6 for Strasburg at the Bead Digger 20. Shotgun formation for Dunning. He's got the snap. Rolling to his right. Wants to take off. He gets out of pressure. Still rolling to his right. Weiser chasing, throwing in the run, incomplete. Well, he was nearly sacked back at around the 27-yard line. But as you mentioned, Dunning is a load and hard to bring down.
Yeah, Weiser had him wrapped up right there, but it's like he kind of lost his balance a little bit, and he had to let go to stay on his feet, and Dunning just ran backwards away from him and then was able to run over to the right side after he'd given up probably about 20 yards. He retreated about 20 yards before he threw the ball, but he just threw the ball away. You're right. He just threw it away because there was no Strasburg receivers in the area.
2nd down and 6 from the 20-yard line. The Bead Diggers are basically the victims of what they were benefited from in the first quarter, which is holding on to the football and controlling time of possession. Under center, the handoff to Lopez, and Lopez got a small hole across the 20 to about the 17, a gain of 3, as the tackle was made by Derek Lynch. 3rd down and 3 from the 17, no huddle offense. This is the 11th play of the drive for Strasburg.
Strasburg's still barely over 100 yards total offense today, but seeming like they have the momentum in their court.
Well, they do right now. And they took this football to 21. They're at the Bead Digger 17. 3rd and 3 under center is Dunning. And stoppage in play. It's a timeout called by Strasburg. 6:10 to go, third quarter. Brush 21, Strasburg 14. You're listening to Monday Night Football, a special Monday night edition of Brush Bead Digger Football on 1010 KSLR and KSLR.com.